Hi again, it's Chris. Thank you for tuning in. So today I wanted to talk about a couple things that I think is very helpful to know, either right as you're starting your natural hair journey or a couple months into it. So the first thing I want to start out talking about to do with natural hair: patience and consistency. Those two things are very key with dealing with natural hair. Patience, because one, if you're looking for your hair to look healthy, to feel healthy, to be healthy, and for it to grow long and strong, then you have to have patience, because it doesn't happen overnight. And consistency. A regimen for me has been one of the primary factors, I think, to my hair really thriving for 2017. But it has really shown tremendous change in 2017 because I changed my regimen and I stuck to that regimen, right? Yes, hair grows based on genetics, but it also grows based on how you treat it. Right. The next thing I want to touch on is using logic. And by logic, I mean you're trying something, you're doing something new, something you don't know about. As humans, we get impatient, we get discouraged because we're not seeing what we want in the time that we want it. And there's nothing wrong with setting a goal, and then if by a specific goal you don't see, you try something else. But at the same time, logic should help you to figure out, okay, let me put logic over emotion here, because it can take me a while. I think for me, when I changed my regimen in February of this year, it took about 4 weeks for me to see a real change. Like in the first week, I was like, oh, okay, let's see what happens. It was nothing big. Week 2, it was kind of like, oh, okay, this thing is feeling a little bit different. But by week 4, I really saw, a huge change. So again, my logic back then was, let me give it some time, which leads right back to patience and consistency, and see if this thing can work. Also, the next thing I want to talk about is within your regimen, the methodology that you use to style your hair, right? So your regimen is going to consist of your washing, your deep conditioning, your conditioning. But then your regimen also consists of your styling. And in your styling, what styling method you use? Now, in the beginning of my journey, all I heard about was LOC. It was everywhere. I think there were even some companies that would kind of tout it, like they would say, this is the leave-in you'd use, mixed with this oil, then with this cream. Bam! That's your wash go. Bam! That's your twister. Bam, bam, bam. Lock method doesn't work for me. Not in the least. My hair hates oils. How I know this is because, alright, maybe it doesn't hate oils, but oils don't penetrate my hair like how it should when I use it for styling. For a hot oil treatment, yes, I'll get some benefit out of oils. I warm it, I warm my hair, and I can feel and see a slight difference in terms of the sheen and the softness. And majority of the time, I do mix it with another product. But as a styler, it just sits on my hair. Oil is a sealant for the most part. So for me, especially having low porosity hair, using an oil before I add a cream and sealing in the leave-in conditioner by itself, and then just having this cream sit on top of my hair to do what just wasn't working out for my hair, because my cuticles were already half shut, possibly fully shut, and it was just a waste. So it was just too much product, too much everything. So oil is a no for me. Gel is my sealant, gel is my styler that replaced the cream. So I use water, a leave-in conditioner, and gel. Those are the 3 products that I use in my hair. Even when I'm doing my twist out, I use water, leave-in conditioner, and gel. That's it. And my hair has flourished. Last year I used 20 million things in my hair. It made no difference. This year I've used the minimalist approach, and I've seen the health and the length of my hair completely flourish. So that is something to take into consideration. Protein and moisture balance. Very important. I think a lot of times we see so many people talking about deep conditioning here, deep conditioning here, deep conditioning here. Yes, deep conditioning is muy importante. It's very important because that is what natural hair thrives on, right? Black women's hair thrives on moisture. If it's dry, it is going to break. I think almost anything, if it's too dry, it's going to break. So moisture, replenishing the moisture, especially if you live in a humid climate or in a climate where it changes between hot and cold a lot, you definitely want to get moisture in. But you have to balance it, because protein is that balance for you. So if you're here, or if you're not protein sensitive, then you can probably do a protein treatment every 4 weeks. But if you are protein sensitive, I do mine every 6 to 8 weeks. And the type of protein, it depends on how my hair feels. I tried Afro-G a couple weeks, and I didn't have like any, dramatic straw like feeling when I used it. So I'm like, all right, this is not a bad protein treatment to use. But I think the reason why I went that drastic, or with such a very concentrated protein treatment, is because I hadn't had a protein treatment in a while. I think the last time I did it before 2 weeks ago was probably in April. The next thing I want to talk about is reading the ingredients on the products that you're buying. This is very, very important, ladies. Very, very important. And men, if you're watching this and you're grading here. The reason why I said this, if you're buying a conditioner, for example, and a conditioner contains silicones, and what soluble silicones are possibly okay, but it contains silicones, then you need to know that you have to use a sulfate shampoo every couple weeks to remove silicones. It does not rinse out of your hair without a sulfate shampoo. But sulfate shampoos are very, very drying and very stripping to the hair, because it literally strips it completely. So you don't want to use it every wash, right? But you want to use it at least once a month, so that you can remove whatever product buildup is there. So when you're deep conditioning, it actually is getting enough of the nutrients from the deep conditioner, and you're not just wasting your deep conditioner. Yes, you can still deep condition, but I don't know how much of a difference you're going to see and feel if you have tremendous buildup on your hair. And the last thing I want to say and give as a suggestion, take pictures. I have seen, just with my own journey, where I will take a picture and I'll stretch my hair and take a picture, and I don't remember where I stretched my hair to, and I'm like, oh, it was collarbone. And a couple months later I stretched my hair and I'm like, shit, it's still collarbone. My hair hasn't grown, or it has grown and I'm not retaining length. I'm not retaining any length. And then when I say, you know what, let me go back and look at a picture, and then I'm going to make a little collage just from my own journey. I'm like, crap, that's 2 inches worth. I mean, it was here and then now it is here. That is 2 inches in 4 months. You know what I mean? So the pictures will help to be a motivation, and it will also help to point out if there is any issues. Because if you took a picture in May and it is now October and you haven't seen any change in that picture, then that means that there's something going on that you need to look into, right? And usually it is retention. Once you are alive, your hair has to be growing. I promise you, it has to be growing. Anyway, thank you very much for tuning in today, and have a good one. Bye.